And welcome back to The Issue. I'm Mark Carr. We've got Casey Cosgrove, co-host, and Amy Collard, the Ward 5 trustee from the Halton District School Board, and Lisa Bull from the group at trying to save Bateman from closure. We have been talking about the closure of the two schools here in Burlington, Pearson and Bateman. Casey, there's been a lot said about the process, and I guess that's a little frustrating for me because I never know what the process is and how it can be changed if it's such a bad process.
I think, first of all, in terms of the other trustees, the director, I asked them, I gave not a lot of notice, so I want to be fair to them. I didn't give a lot of notice to come on the show, but I understand why some might not want to, and some may have had other commitments, so I just wanted to make that clear. I don't know the process. All I know is...
But you were involved in it.
Well, to me, it's a communication thing too. To me, I don't know. There's been this movement of things. I really don't understand why these two schools are closing. I mean, I've read the reports, everything. I don't get it. As a member of that community, I don't get it. So maybe once the trustees and the board got involved in this process, maybe they're not allowed to talk about things or communicate certain things, or then you get the conspiracy theorists. I just want to be clear. If there's good reason for a school in my community to close, I understand that, but I don't get it. And if I don't get it, I think there's a lot of people that are, of course, they're going to come up with their own theories of why this is happening. Bateman was unique in that the population. Like I said, when General Brock merged with Lord Elgin and became Bateman.
And a lot of resources went into making Bateman a unique school in the Halton District School Board.
They sold me. I mean, I changed during this process on my thinking about Bateman and the unique place it has. I didn't look as much at the numbers and the seats and all those things, but I got sold. So I don't know. I feel like when there's not a clear understanding of why these things happen, people get bitter. And I don't want to be a bitter old man. I just want to understand this better.
It's like planning issues with the city. They revamped the whole community engagement process to allow that community engagement, although they're under some restraints by the old OMB, Ontario Municipal Board, but they worked within that framework to allow the communities who had difficulty with planning issues to actually have a say and come up with different solutions. Is that the type of thing that you're looking for, Casey, here?
Yeah, I think there are certain people that are part of that community, even people that don't have kids at that particular school, that could have been part of a group that might have been able to explore things if they didn't work out, but we might have stumbled upon another way of doing things. There was no time. There was no time, and there was no feedback as to whether this was something that would even be considered. And I'm sorry, I don't feel like
you weren't listened to.
I feel like the delegations were definitely not listened to. I'm sorry,
Amy. That's a real problem, that people come away from this process with that opinion.
Yeah, that's. I can tell you my personal. And I can't speak for the other 10 trustees, but I felt every single word of those delegations. And some of the people that presented the delegations may have said similar things to other people, but every single word that they uttered, they were speaking from their hearts. Right. I cannot think that the other trustees around the table didn't feel the impact, because I know that I certainly did.
Well, but they didn't feel the impact if it was 10 votes to 1 on Bateman. That seems like a done deal.
No, I don't think it was a done deal. No? I think that the
Interesting.
I think the trustees weighed the information. They weighed the delegations, they weighed the emails, they weighed the director's report, and they came to their own decisions. No, I did not know how any single person around that table was voting.
And that we're going to have to leave it there at this point, but I hope it didn't discourage anybody from being involved in a process that may or may not be flawed, but you've got to have that community engagement. And I know Bateman is continuing because there are still some doors that are open, so it's not a closed issue with Bateman.
Or with Pearson, might I add.
Or with Pearson.
They both obviously want to fight for their life. They're passionate people.
And you know something, Casey? This is our last show for the season. We've had a great time on the show this year, and you may have seen some of the slideshow going on. I'm going to give Amy just a quick, because I'm getting the message to wrap up. So go ahead, Amy.
Thank you. I really wanted the opportunity to thank the people who supported Bateman and who supported me. I received numerous emails and phone calls from people telling me to keep going, and giving me strength and courage to do what I knew I had to do. It was exhausting, emotionally, physically, and intellectually, but I felt the support of the community, and not just the people that live near Bateman, but I felt support from all over Burlington.
And isn't that a wonderful feeling?
It was an amazing thing, and they got me through this.
Okay, I thank you for that last little message. I also want to thank Kim Slonwhite from Clear Path Media, who all season has been helpful. Daniel, Faria, and Riley also volunteers. We have to go. We'll see you next fall here on The Issue. I'm Mark Carr for Cogeco TV, truly local television.